We're gonna cook dessert with a cake with no name. Hello everyone, I'm Tupperware Pete. Yes, we are going to cook dessert. It's a cake with no name because I've just made it up and I'm hoping it's going to work. You know those 2-ingredient snack hack attacks that you can do? Well, guess what? The Tupperware Pete snack hack attack is back. We are going to do a 2-ingredient cake mix. We have got a chocolate cake mix bag. This is just the one from Woolies. It's like $1.20. And I am going to use a tin of organic coconut milk. And we're going to just mix the two together. And fingers crossed, we're going to cook it. So let's get cracking. I am going to cook it in the Tupperware silicone bags. Now, these are the bags. They go into the microwave. They go into the freezer. They go into the oven. A gas oven, electric oven, a microwave oven. They'll go into a sous vide on a stovetop. They'll go into the freezer. Just what they've done is they have patented, Tupperware have patented these, patented the teeth. It's like a zipper. Now, there's no latex in any of the Tupperware silicone products, so they're completely safe if you have a latex allergy. They are 100% liquid tight. So you can marinate your meat in there. I've cooked ramen noodles in here. You can seal that, grab a carabiner out of another Tupperware silicone bag. You can grab a carabiner. Is it carabiner or carabiner? I can never pronounce them properly. Pop that onto your belt or onto your backpack. There's your trail mix or your snack mix. You can pour boiling water straight into here. Like I said, marinate meat. There is the large ones that you can get that you can do a dump bag, like cook a casserole in. Anyway, I digress. Oh, look, a squirrel. Let's cook a chocolate cake mix with a tin of coconut milk. Now, I have just been telling the TikTok chat all about my Tupperware can opener. If you never wash this, it will last you a lifetime. That's the Tupperware can opener that I have. Now, the reason why you don't ever wash it, because it never gets dirty, ever. Like ever. It doesn't come in contact with food. So what you do is you open up the arms, and then what you need to do is you need to get the rim of the can in between this knob and this turning wheel, right? So you open up your can, open up the arms, slide that on, pop the arms, close them, and you know you've got it on because you can lift the whole thing up, right? Left-handed or right-handed, just turn it in a clockwise direction until you've done a full 360, at which point sometimes you hear a click, sometimes you don't. And then you open up the arms, remove the can opener, and you think, I don't know what Pete's talking about, it doesn't work. Well, it does work. You just need to grab the beak. So see that little beaky part? So you open that up, you hook the beak over the can, close up the arms, one hand on the can, the other hand lifts up, and see how the can opener has never touched food. It has not come in contact with food whatsoever. You just go over to the bin, which is just here, open up the arms, and that goes back in the drawer, or in my place, it just hangs up, right? So every now and again, I wipe the outside off because it doesn't go in a drawer or in a cupboard, it just hangs up. So I wipe the outside every now and again. But allergic to water, never ever wash it. It will last you a lifetime, right? Now, the other really good thing about this is no sharp edges whatsoever. So, look. If you're a little person and you're watching at home, don't try that at home, right? No sharp edges. Or on this either. So if you've got bin divers at your place, that, you know, parents, dogs, kids, maybe yourself, you've left a recipe on a packet and popped it in the bin and gone, where's the recipe? It's in the bin. You put your hand in for the recipe and you slice it on a... That will never happen. The Tupperware can opener is extremely safe. No sharp edges on the top or the bottom. So you can upcycle and you can do craft days. You don't have to worry about slicing yourself open if you're a bin diver, all right? Easy as. What we're doing is we are going to attempt to do it into this product. You know what this product's called, don't you? No need to ask. It's a smooth operator. It is a smooth operator. It's called a supersonic chopper. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the blades. That will slice up carrot, celery, onion, potato, herbs. I just did a savoury mince in my pressure cooker. We blitzed up kale, onion. I did about 8 tomatoes. What else? A capsicum, a whole capsicum, blitzed it up until it was just mush and nothing. Brilliant. No more tears. You will have people arguing over whose turn it is to chop the onions. Yes, you will, right? It's Tupper aerobics for the kitchen. What we're going to do is, I don't know if we're going to use the paddle whisk or not, but what we are going to do is, my Tupperware scissors are over on the desk, so let's use a Tupperware. Oh, Tupperware down! Let's use a Tupperware knife. Because everything is Tupperware, because I like quality in my kitchen and I want things to be really easy. So Tupperware is, in my belief, the best product on the planet. And you can do so much once you've got the product. It makes cooking and assembling food, creating food, so much easier. So we're going to do this bag of chocolate cake mix. You know, if you want to get fancy and sift it, there is a Tupperware sifter, which is fantastic. There's no metal in any of the Tupperware sifter products, which means it won't rust over time. So it will literally last you a lifetime, right? So we've got that in there. That's a cake mix, a bag of cake mix. We've got a tin of coconut milk. I've never done this before, so hopefully it'll work out. A tin of coconut milk. The other amazing thing about using the Tupperware can opener, no sharp edges, so it's not going to cut your Tupperware silicone spatula, right? So you can easily scrape that through and no sharp edges whatsoever. We can wash that, upcycle it. You won't cut yourself ever because there's no sharp edges. It doesn't actually cut. It releases the seal of the can, right? Really simple. All we're going to do is mix this through. So this is just a chocolate cake mix bag and a tin of coconut milk. So I've done this recipe before. If you have a look back through the Tupperware Pete YouTube channel, you'll see I have done this with every flavour cake bag that you can purchase and almost every flavour tin of fruit you can get. Chocolate and black cherries. I've done vanilla with a tin of apple, peaches, apricots, mangoes, pineapple. But I thought, I wonder if you could do a chocolate coconut mix. So let's give it a whirl, Cheryl. And we'll see how we go. So that's it, right? What I'm going to do is grab my silicone bag, and I'm just going to, maybe it's too runny, I don't know. But it normally takes about, 6-7 minutes in the microwave. And so what we're going to do is just ladle this in. You can pop this in the oven. You can pop it in the microwave. You can pop it in the fridge. Like I said, I have done dump bags in here. Casserole. I have... yummy. I have done marinating meat in here. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. When you wash it inside out. Inside out, Miss Jane. Wash that and just let it sit to air dry inside out. Don't grab a tea towel and pop this on because the static you'll have little bits of tea towel. So air dry them just like that on your bench top or in the dishwasher. When you pop it into the dishwasher, make sure you turn it inside out. Then when it's dry, inside, pop that right way up, and there you've got your other little... We'll just ladle this in. Which means if you're going travelling or camping or caravanning, you can still have chocolate cake with strawberries and whipped cream when you've got the silicone bags and the Tupperware Extra Chef, the supersonic chopper rather, because this little paddle whisk, when you take the blades out, that will whip cream. Remember, the colder the cream, the quicker the whip. And some people throw in some honey or vanilla and icing sugar just to make sure that the cream holds its form for a little bit longer. Because especially I'm in southeast Queensland, so sometimes the humidity can make things fall and drop. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ladle this in, try and get it as evenly distributed as we possibly can. There are a few little black bits running down the side. Oh look, there's a bit of powder that we forgot. That's okay. It'll all come out in the wash, won't it? All right. We'll pop that into there, and we will. You do need. Everybody needs at least one Tupperware spatula because it does the dishes for you. So we're just going to pop this through here, and we will. There we go. Just make sure that we get all that through there, and we'll pop that over here. And I was going to throw in some chopped chips. We could still do that. I've got some chopped chips. I've just got the big bag of chopped chips from Costco. Let's just throw in. That'll hopefully. Well, we haven't got them through there. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? We just mix it up while it's in there. That'll help get it through. Just throw in a few on the top. Be like a little chocolate crust on the top, won't it? Here we go. Then we've got a bag for tonight and a bag for tomorrow. All right, we'll pop this into here. Now, because these are the stand-up silicone bags, just let me grab a wet cloth. Luckily, Tupperware do cloths. There we go. Because Tupperware do cloths, we can pop them into there. And like I said, it only takes a few minutes. 6, 7. 6, 7. We'll pop it in for 6 minutes. And then we'll wait. Now, I have got the silicone bags. Where are my glasses? Let me show you what I use my silicone bags for. In the freezer right now. Actually, I will show you. In my freezer right now, while we're waiting for that, it's only going to take 6 minutes. Let me grab everything that's in a silicone bag out, and I will show you what I've got in my freezer, in the silicone bags right now. I'll show you. I love them. I just can't get enough, and I just can't get enough. Look at these. This is all from my freezer. I've got one more. Let me show you. So you can use them as a, this is my ice brick, which means if you go away and you come back, like when I go away, I take it out and pop it on the ice, on the freezer shelf. So if when I come back, I've got a pool of water or a pool of ice in the freezer, I know that the power's gone off and then come back on again, right? So that's a little handy hint. But if you need a quick ice pack, there you go. It's 100% liquid tight. So we've got those in there. I've got some diced bacon in here, right? I've got, this is a chicken and veggie soup that I did the other night. I've got some more diced bacon in here. I've got some barbecue chook cut up, sliced up into here. There's more barbecue chook into here. Remember, if you are popping them into the microwave to, defrost or reheat, up to 500 watts is perfect for reheating your food. You don't want to cook it twice. So just make sure that you vent this open just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I got slippery, greasy hands. Hang on. There we go. You can vent that open just a little bit. You can pop that in the microwave, just like that, so it doesn't explode, right? And then you can eat straight out of here or just transfer that around, right? So we just make sure that we express the air out of there. There we go. Pop that into there. I have had some pork mince in there. I've got some more diced bacon in I like the slim ones. They're like a sandwich bag or a Ziploc bag. When you're not using them, they fit inside one another, so it takes up less space in your drawer. I like to hang things, so you can do that in there as well. I have got some homemade chicken stock, and I've got some leftover frozen blueberries in here. And that's what I've got in my silicone bags that I'm using in the freezer right now, right? I've also got some for my stationery. Just let me pop these back into the freezer and I'll show you, right? Oh, silicone, where you gonna run to? Oh, silicone. All right. It's silicone! Hallelujah, it's silicone! Every special man. Okay, then I've got these, my carabiners in here, or carabiners. Oh, hang on, I've got my ice pack. Let me put that back in here. Okay, right. I love the silicone, the Tupperware silicone. Where are we? I've got some whiteboard markers in another one. I've got my Tupperware Pete stickers and the Tupperware Pete pens in another one that I take with me. Just pop that in your handbag or your man bag, your satchel or your clutch, and then you're right to go. Then we've got, when I go travelling, I normally have the big one for my, I've got two. Clean socks and jocks, dirty socks and jocks. You might want to use them as your toiletries bag, you know, for all of your shaving needs. I do have chalk in another one, right? Because chalk gets really dusty, so it's like, quick, seal that airtight container, not a problem. That's going to seal up perfectly. And then I've got another one that I've been doing all of my drawers in. You might hear me talk about the silicone bag of names. This one and this one is where I'm taking with me live on location, and I'm doing the drawers because then I can just grab a carabiner, pop that onto my belt, and you might have seen me doing the Nutbush with Lego Hulk at Dreamworld. That's the silicone bag of names carabineered onto my belt, right? So we've got those. Really, really easy. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Normally, it's like quick stretch, 1 minute and 45 seconds. I was hoping that I could talk about that. I thought that would take up enough time, but no, it hasn't taken up enough time. What else can we talk about for 1 minute and 45 seconds? The Tupperware can opener. People, if you've got one that doesn't... If you've got one and you think, hang on a minute, I've never washed mine and I've had mine for 25 years and it doesn't open, you know what you do? You grab your... This is the Tupperware hob cloth. Or, you know those little nylon... You know those green nylon scrubbers? Just get like a dot of water on there, right? And what you want to do is... You can, just one dot of water is all you need. You want to scrub that black O-ring around there. So once you've scrubbed that black O-ring, just one tiny drop of water, and you scrub that clean, that will then bring it back to good in no time, right? And it will literally last you, it'll last you a lifetime if you never wash it. Absolutely it will, right? Most people then say, oh yeah, but I just use the ring pull. Well, have you ever had a can where the ring pull snaps off and you still need a can opener? Or have you, when you use a ring pull, the edge is still razor sharp? Use the Tupperware can opener. You won't get a sharp edge. It'll be blunt. And this will go straight over that ring pull and it'll be completely safe for you, right? We got 7 seconds on the clock. All right, oh my goodness. I hope this works out really yummy. If it doesn't, then who should we blame? I will take full responsibility. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, look. Yummo, how delicious is that? It is a little hot. Now, with a microwave, when you're cooking the cakes in the microwave, it's a really good idea. Yummo. It's a really good idea to just let them sit for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 6, 7. And then I'm just going to pop one out onto a plate. Remember, this is just a bag of chocolate cake mix and a tin of coconut milk. I use the organic coconut milk. It's always good, if you can, to have on hand... I've got a toy rhinoceros. I've got some little dinosaurs. I've got some toy soldiers and a couple of Hot Wheels cars, because if they don't turn out, you can just pop some toy soldiers around and it looks like the soldiers have done all the damage, right? And then it looks like you're meant to do that. So that's just a little Tupper tip from Tupper Pete. All right. But I think these are going to be fine. They're really hot. But I would probably leave them for a little bit longer, but because for the video, you can either, please let this work. So that is your, if it was cooler, what I would do is it's going to burn my fingers, I know it is. Flip it upside down, Miss Jane. There we go. So there's your cake. It's like a little... How long did that take? 6 minutes. Right? We've got one there. We'll let that cool. We'll seal it and pop it into the fridge for the weekend. We've got this one here. You can whip up some cream. throw in a few more chopped chips just for luck. And that is like a chocolate cake pudding deliciousness, right? Absolutely gorgeous. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please let me know. More than happy to help out. And in the meantime, you know what you need to do until I see you next time? You know what you need to do, don't you? Forget your troubles and get happy. Dance your cares away. Shout out and get happy. I'll cook for you another day. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.